Guys, I gotta show you how to make chords. I've been listening to a lot of music from the students who are taking my bootcamp course, and I'm just not thrilled with the quality of chords that I've been hearing. So what I'm gonna do is show you the 4 steps to making amazing chords every single time, and I guarantee this is gonna be the last chord tutorial you will ever need. The first step to making chords is to give yourself either a soundscape or a drone for you to go ahead and harmonize the chords with. So I'm gonna take this vocal chop and just spread it out across this track. Now what I'm going to do is just add a lot of reverb to it and some echo. I'm going to use Echo Boy Jr. You could use your stock echo plugin or delay plugin. It's up to you. We're going to echo it at a half speed. And then the next thing I'm going to add is a little bit of reverb. I'm going to use Valhalla Shimmer. You could use your stock reverb in your DAW as well. And then one last thing I'm going to do to make this ultra vibey is just add an EQ and cut off the top so it kind of sounds like it's underwater. Now I'm really going to juice this drone up by adding a Midi track, loading up a synthesizer of choice or a sound bank, it's up to you. The sound that I'm using sounds like this. Then I'm going to pick the same note as my vocal chop. Now, if you don't know how to listen to a vocal and be able to match the exact same note on your MIDI keyboard, do not use a vocal. Just use a single MIDI note like I'm about to do. La la la, it's that note. We're in D. And all we do is just spread this note across the grid. I'm going to add reverb to this sound now to make it just like a big pad. Same deal as last time. We're going to cut off the top with an EQ to make it just deep and vibey. So now we have that beautiful foundation to start working with. Go ahead and load up a piano. Just pick 4 notes that are this long, literally 1 bar long. These notes are going to be the bass notes and they have to harmonize with our soundscape. All that harmonization means is that they have to sound good. If they don't sound good, nothing's going to make them better. You have to pick notes that sound good to your drone. 1 note per bar. So now we have 4 notes that sound pretty good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take these 4 notes, hold Option, and go 7 semitones above those notes. 7 semitones is just 1 starts above that note. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now each of these notes are 7 semitones above these bass notes. Now what we're going to do is grab these again and place them in between these bottom notes and these top notes. So now one of the 2 middle notes is actually going to be the note that sounds good. So I'm going to take this note because it sounds better. So now let's go ahead and take these notes, these middle notes, now that they're in place, and start opening up the chord a little bit by grabbing these and putting them an octave up. So these are diatonic chords in their most basic form. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get a little creative with these chords to start making them sound better. So what I like to do with chords is I like to pick the tonic. It's called the tonic note, which is the note that's comfortable throughout the entire chord progression. So if you just pick any note and you play it on top of the chords, literally 9 times out of 10 it's not going to sound good. but there's one tonic note. There's actually two notes that sound good if played over the whole chord progression, but we're going to take the tonic note, which is the note that sounds good no matter what, and I'm just going to add that over the whole chord progression. And there was one other note that sounded good in this progression in particular, and it was this note. We could do that, or we could do this. So that sounds gorgeous, but we're not done. What we have to do now is we have to take these chords and we have to resolve the chord progression. If we just ran this throughout the whole song, it's going to get really boring and repetitive. So we're going to take this and just duplicate it. But what we do on this second half here, and this is what I learned from making my guitars pack, we just got to do something to it to make it different than the first one, but not too different. I'm going to take the first one and I'm going to just copy it and then rebuild the chord here. And keep the same top notes. See if that sounds good. So what I'm going to do, just so this chord doesn't hit you in the face, is I'm going to turn down the velocity a little bit. Oh my god. I could like go to heaven now. So nice. Wait, I'll show you guys my soundscape from earlier. It sounds a little bit better than the one we just made. And that's literally how you make the most beautiful chords in the world. Doesn't matter what genre you're working in, this will work for any genre. If you guys enjoyed this video and would like to learn more about every element of music production, you can join my EDM Bootcamp. I have a link for you at the top of the description below. My EDM Bootcamp is not just a self-paced course that teaches you all the elements of music production, but it is also an entire back-end mastermind group where you can get unlimited feedback on your music from me and ask me any music production question that you wish. If that sounds like something you're into, like I said, there's a link at the top of the description below, and stay tuned for more.